Hello my viewers, today I'm gonna show you how to actually prepare and cook catfish. Now when you have massive catfish like this, massive catfish, there's a healthy way of preparing it. And I'm cooking this one in a very healthy way. I'll show you as we go. But firstly, we have to know how best to wash catfish, because when you have fishes like this that their body is nice and smooth and slippery, there's a way to actually prepare it so that all the slipperiness and everything will disappear. With that slipperiness can make the fish taste kind of bitter, so there's a need for you to know how to prepare it. Firstly, to actually clean up catfish like this, or fish that has smooth bodies that they don't have scales, you need salt. Table salt. I use table salt. You can use sea salt as well, but table salt is quite smooth. If you're going to use sea salt, make sure the sea salt is smooth, the fine one. So we use table salt. So what you do is just make sure you apply the table salt there. Wash each part of it with the table salt. Yeah. You scrub it with your hand, scrub it on. As you're scrubbing it, you even feel it that is actually removing the sliperiness from the fish. So you have to make sure you have enough table salt so that you have enough to actually cover the fish, because every part of it needs to be cleaned properly. When you scrub the fish with that table salt, that's still the initial washing with the salt. So that clean up all the dirt, all the slipperiness and anything that will make it kind of bitter. So it will clean it off nicely. So that's very important, because when you're cleaning your fish, you want to make sure that there's no extra debris on the fish. It's well cleaned, well prepared. So as you can see, even that table salt is turning from white to that dirty color, as you can see. Like I said, you have to make sure you have enough salt from home when you are doing this. Scrub it all nicely. On the head, every aspect of it has to be cleaned up properly with the salt. And we also do the front, all the side. I'm not complaining, precious. Well cleaned up with the salt. And to make sure the inside as well needs to be clean. So what you do is you put your scissors in and cut this open onto the inner area of the fish. Yeah. So once you open that up, some people they like to eat this caviar, but I don't really like the caviar. I like the caviar when it's still very fresh, but when it's on like a frozen fish like this, I don't really fancy it. So you remove all this blood there, because it's a fresh frozen fish. So you want to make sure you clean up any dirt completely. So it makes the fish really able to take all the seasoning that you put in it, and without any leftover dirt. That's the idea. So once you now cover it with a sea salt, with the table salt, now we've done that cleaning up. So the next stage is to take lemon. Now I like using lemon. You can use lime, but lemon is fine to use. You slice the lemon up. When you now use the lemon, you squeeze as you go, and you now wash it with the lemon. It peels off all those dirts completely. as you go. So, and if you can feel it, you can feel it that all the slipperiness is actually disappearing as you go. So you have to have, depending on the size of the catfish that you're cooking, you have to have enough lemon to be able to clean it up. For this big fish, I'm using like 2 lemon. So remember, we've already washed it off with the white with the salt first. So before we now clean up with the lemon. And as you can see, all the dirty water that now came out of the fish, can you see? All the dirt is actually peeling off easily. And that's 1 lemon used. Just the second one. Slice that, and be careful when you're using the knife so you don't cut off your finger. So doesn't matter, you can still keep, you don't need to remove the seed, or you just want to use this, but don't squeeze the lemon, but as you're washing, just press it on the fish, then the juice will be squeezing out and cleaning the fish for you as you go. So you can see that all the dirt is actually cleaned up properly, and you have a nice clean catfish. So that's the final half that we're using now. That one can actually clean the inside. Now clean up the inside and side. Okay, so there you go. So now that the fish is nice and clean, all the dirt can be chopped off, but I advise that you don't put this in your regular bin because you must start decaying in the bin. So I advise people to actually take this one straight to the bin outside. So you just rinse it off like that. So now it's nice and clean. You can see that it's more lighter than before. So because all the, you can see the water that's coming out of it is quite dark. Yeah. So just rinse it off like that until the water is clear. You can see that, see? All those blood red has been washed off now. So that will tell you that the fish is actually clean. And the idea is to make sure that the actual seasoning that you put in actually penetrates into the fish, and then you can have a nice, perfect, tasty catfish. So there you have it. So, and to finalize it, so what we do is to cut off the fins. So that, yeah, you sure this one you have to use a scissors. It's nice and sharp scissors, and trace off the fins like that. Trace it off because you can't really eat that, it's just bone anyway, so it's not really necessary. So what we want is the fish. It's a nice fine scissors to trace off the fins. And trace the tail, but make sure you don't cut off from the meaty part of it. And just the part that you know you won't eat, because the bones there can be very, very sharp, so you don't want to injure people while enjoying your lovely catfish. Yes, that is traced off. That one can also go. Now this one here, you have to be careful because it's got this very sharp fin there.